All right, folks, the horses have been called to the post, so let's reintroduce you to everybody taking part in this one this afternoon. That's for a purse of $5,600. Your number one horse is Chocolate Bomb with driver Paula Mason. Number two is Mr. October, driven by Clayton Braybrook. Number three is Irish Anna, driven by Corey Manning. The number four horse, Palmer's Puddin', driven by Daryl Mason. And your number five horse, Mrs. Little Bozo, driven by Mark Filion. The horses are going to get themselves into position, and we will be but mere moments away from pacing. The gate is rolling as the horses line up and come around the turn. They're at the post. Swing open that gate and watch them ponies accelerate. We are racing. It's a short card, but it's going to be a fun one here at the Loop this afternoon. Red River Exhibition Park as they head around turn number one and start to get themselves in position and settle in nicely to this one. It's taking the early lead. That's Mr. October. Mr. October is taking the early lead. Palmer's Pudding, pardon me, is taking the early lead, followed by Mrs. Little Bozo, Chocolate Bomb, and Irish Anna. Heading down that back stretch, it is Palmer's Pudding, followed by Chocolate Bomb now with Mrs. Little Bozo and Irish Anna as we hit the first quarter at a time of 30-2. That's Palmer's Pudding continue to show the way as the horses get around to come around turn number two and go right into the face of that blistering wind that's blowing this afternoon here. It's Chocolate Bomb just staying in behind, drafting nicely behind Palmer's Pudding. Mrs. Little Bozo behind that. And then Irish Anna has a break and has to fall back to the back of the pack. It is Palmer's Pudding now continuing to show the way. The wind hitting him directly from the side now with Chocolate Bomb followed by Mrs. Little Bozo and Mr. October. We hit the halfway mark in a time of 1:02.1 as we get ready for turn number three. It is Palmer's Pudding still out in front. It's a three-horse race right now, followed by Chocolate Bomb and Mrs. Little Bozo, who has a slight break but continues into the race. It's Palmer's Pudding with Chocolate Bomb, Mrs. Little Bozo, and Mr. October, and also Irish Anna well back and off the pace. It's basically a three-horse race now as Chocolate Bomb starts to make the move on the outside as we hit the three-quarter pole in 1:34.1. Chocolate Bomb locking Palmer's Pudding to the inside with Mrs. Little Bozo following as well. It is Palmer's Pudding, Chocolate Bomb, and Mrs. Little Bozo. It is a three-horse race. Chocolate Bomb now in the lead. You can throw a blanket over the three of them as we come around the final turn into the teeth of that wind with Palmer's Pudding following and Mrs. Little Bozo. Coming around the final stretch and heading for home. They are almost three abreast. It is going to be Chocolate Bomb taking advantage. Chocolate Bomb coming towards the winning, and it is Chocolate Bomb. Looks like Chocolate Bomb followed by Mrs. Little Bozo, and that's your winner. Chocolate Bomb is the winner at a time of 2:06.4. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner at a time of 2:06 and 4, now in the winner's circle. That's Chocolate Bomb with driver Paula Mason, trained by Sherry Mason. Chocolate Bomb's a 3-year-old brown filly by Ambro Baylor out of Stagger Lee by Marlowe Hanover and owned by Daryl and Sherry Mason of Killarney, Manitoba. Again, your winner in race number 1 this afternoon, Chocolate Bomb. Once again, your winner. Set of hands holding the reins will make a slight difference to Peekaboo. The filly stays in the pace, but like I said, I think a third place finish is where it's going to finish off. So for race number 2, let's make it 4, 5, and 2. That's 4, 5, and 2. Good luck to everybody from the Loop. And now, with his thoughts on the first race and a look ahead to race number 2, we send it down to the professor, Mr. Mike Williams.
Well, race number 1, Paula Mason got the job done with Chocolate Bomb. Pretty well paced a mile and 2.6 with this bunch. It shows you that the wind It's about 2.5 seconds slower, the track than yesterday, and I think it has a lot to do with the wind. But when she made her move, she was pretty confident and got the job done down the lane. Went as fast as she had to go. And congratulations to Paula Mason and trainer Sherry Mason for a job well done in race number one. Let's go to race number two. You got to like stick in him and let him go. The 5 horse with Corey Manning. He's improving every start. He's got 3 wins and a second in the last 4 starts. Yesterday, had a tight hold on the horse, finishing in a very impressive mile of 2-1-2. I just can't see stick him and let him go do nothing but get to the winning circle here in race number two. But a horse that does have a shot at the 5 is the Super Cozy, the 4-year-old mare. Raced a nice mile yesterday herself, finishing second in a good mile in 2:02 and 3. Paula Mason aboard, looking to double up possibly here in race number two. And I think there's not a heck of a lot of speed in this race. So it's either going to be the 4 or 5 leaving out of here. Those are the only two with early speed. So I think Super Cozy will be positioned well and make a charge down the lane and go at sticking him and let him go. So I think those are the two for your exactors, the 5 and 4. Another race that's wide open for third. I'm going to go with the 2 horse Peekaboo Pebbles, usually driven by Don Hallett, who's out in Alberta right now at a yearling sale. And Mark Filion takes the reins. And this horse just looks to be third best in here. Pacing miles, I guess, in and around 2-4, which I think should be good enough to finish in the triactor in this race. So, race number two, really like the 5, along with the 4 and the 2. Good luck. See everybody back. Race number 3.
All right, folks, the horses are on the track. Let's introduce you to everybody taking part in this race number 2 this afternoon for a purse of $5,900. Coming around the turn, heading towards the grandstand, that's horse number 1, Tina. Tina is driven by Daryl Mason and trained by Clayton Braybrook. Following closely behind is your number 2 horse, Peekaboo Pebbles. Peekaboo Pebbles driven by Mark Filion and trained by Matthew Howlett. The number 3 horse in this field of 5 is Irish Hawk, driven and trained by Clayton Braybrook. The number 4 horse, Super Cozy, driven and trained by Paula Mason. And there's the number 5 horse, Stick 'em in and Let 'em Go, driven and trained by Corey Manning. And in case you missed it, we've mentioned it a few times, but the number 6 horse, Trust Me a Lot, has been scratched from race number 2. The horses have been called to the post. They're heading around to the back stretch. This is a good time to reintroduce you to everybody taking part in this, our second race of the afternoon. The number 1 horse being driven by Daryl Mason, that's Tina. The number 2 horse, Peekaboo Pebbles, being driven by Mark Filion. Irish Hawk is horse number 3 with Clayton Braybrook on the reins. Number 4 is Super Cozy with Paula Mason in the bike. Stick him in, let him go with driver Corey Manning is horse number 5. And of course, horse number 6 again scratched this afternoon in case you missed it. The horses are going to get themselves into position, and we are but mere moments away from pacing. As they come around the turn, the gates rolling as they line up 1 through 5. They're at the post. Swing open that gate and watch them ponies accelerate. We are pacing as we head down into turn number 1, making the early break and taking the early lead is the number 5 horse, Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, but now being undercut underneath is Super Cozy with driver Paula Mason. That's Paula Mason as Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go runs a far out on the outside as we come down the backstretch for the first time. That's Super Cozy with Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, followed by Peekaboo Pebbles, Irish Hawk, and then it is Tina at the back watching the rest of the field. As we hit that first quarter pole at a time of 29 and 3, it is going to be Super Cozy and Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, battling it out as we go into turn number 2 and head into the teeth of that wind. Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, Super Cozy, they are side by side with Super Cozy on the inside as we come around that turn number 2, followed closely by Peekaboo Pebbles. Then about 5 horses back, we've got Irish Hawk and again Tina at the back of the field. We are coming down the home stretch for the first time, heading towards that halfway marker, and it is taking the lead at the halfway marker. Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go at a time of 1 minute and 3 on the outside. Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go now in the lead with Super Cozy riding inside on the rail, taking advantage of that inside position to reclaim the lead as we come around turn number 3. Coming around that turn, Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go in second. Super Cozy back in the lead now, followed by Peekaboo Pebbles. Irish Hawk, Tina way at the back of the field and not involved in this one right now at all. As we head down the back stretch, go towards the 3-quarter pole in a time of 1:30 and 4. It is still Super Cozy in the lead, being challenged by Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, Peekaboo Pebbles as well. Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go is challenging with Super Cozy on the inside, and Peekaboo Pebbles as well in the mix. As we come around the final turn, it is still Super Cozy in the lead, but again, being challenged by Peekaboo Pebbles now. Peekaboo Pebbles and Super Cozy as we come down the final into the back, into the home stretch, into the win. It is going to be a tight finish. Here we go. The winner is Super Cozy, followed by Peekaboo Pebbles at a time of 2:04. Stick 'em In, Let 'em Go, coming in the back after a break on that final turn. But again, your winner at a time of 2:04 even on an exciting finish, Super Cozy. It's official, ladies and gentlemen, as she heads into the winner's circle. Congratulations to Super Cozy in a time of 2:04 even, the winner of our race number 2 this afternoon. Super Cozy, driven and trained by Paula Mason. Super Cozy is a 4-year-old brown mare by Captive Audience out of Cozumel from Dragon again, and owned by Brad Colwell and Paula Mason from Brandon, Manitoba. Once again, congratulations to our winner, Super Cozy. On your program, market top down, official 42315 scratch. Again, 42315 scratch. Super Cozy came in first and paid $5 to win. $2.50 to place and $2.10 to show. Peekaboo Pebbles, no money to place and $3.70 to show, while Irish Hawk paid $2.20 to show. Your $1 exactor for all paid $1.65. The 20-cent triactor 423 paid $14.33, while your $1 daily double 1 and 4 paid $2.85. That'll do it for race number 2 on this short card this afternoon. We will take a look ahead to race 3 coming up in a couple of minutes from now. All right, folks, we're going to take a look ahead to race number 3 now. But before we take a look at our thoughts as you are making your contemplations on who you would like to bet on, let's do the lines from yesterday's field. The number 1 horse, My Little Chloe, ran yesterday, finished 4th in a time of 2:04 and 1. The number 2 horse, Irish Gene, ran yesterday, finished 5th, also at a time of 2:04 and 1. The number 3 horse, Sunga Savannah, did not run yesterday, so no line to announce for her. The number 5 horse, Hurry Home, ran yesterday, finished first at a time of 2 minutes and 1/5 seconds. Again, first at a time of 2 minutes and 1/5. And the number 5 horse, Tammy Blue, ran yesterday, finished 4th in her race in a time of 2:02 and 3. 2:02 and 3. So with all that information at hand, let's take a look ahead now at race number 3 and let you know what Mike and I are thinking might happen. Looking at this one, I'm going to go with the number 4 horse, Hurry Home, to hurry home into the winner's circle when all is said and done. Driver, owner Daryl Mason debuted a few new horses at the Loop yesterday, which he brought up from Minnesota. And true to form, they all added about 4 seconds onto their normal pace for a mile. But if you look at the times Hurry Home has been running, even adding that little extra on, you still have a mare pacing better than the rest of the field in this one today. I think she will be the best of the bunch, and she will wind up winning. For second, I'm going to go and take the number 1 horse, My Little Chloe. Had a bit of a slower pace last week, but for the most part has been running in the low 2-minute range. Add in starting along the rail, I think the mare will be in the mix at the end of the pace. And for third, let's move 1 slot to the right and take Irish Gene for the same reasons as my place pick, My Little Chloe. Times and post position are going to be the deciding factors for her. So for race number 3, going to go with 4, 1, and 2. Good luck from the Loop. With his look back at race number 2 and a look ahead to race number 3, we throw it down to the professor, Mr. Mike Williams.
Wow, what a nice race by Super Cozy. Back-to-back wins with Paula Mason winning the first race with Chocolate Bomb. Comes right back with Super Cozy. She played hardball with sticking in and let him go. She just took no prisoners. A good wire-to-wire performance and looked good doing it. Super Cozy. For combinations, driver and trainer, Paula Mason, job well done in race number 2. We got another 5-horse field coming up here, and you got to take Hurry Home. The horse looked like a Cadillac yesterday in the time of 2 minutes and 1/5 and won her race, the 7-year-old mare. And, man, she looked sharp. And Daryl had a nice tight lines on that horse finishing the race, and I think she had a lot more in the tank. It's going to take an awful good horse to beat Hurry Home, and I don't think it will happen in race number 3. Horse I like for second, Tammy Blue, finished fourth in a time of 2:02 and 3 yesterday, and got the 5 hole, and she's been getting outside positions of late. He's only got 1 win in 12 starts, this 10-year-old mare. But I do think she's second best in here, and you're going to see Tammy Blue do what she usually does. She's going to try to come off the pace and catch a lot of tired horses coming home. But I do like her completing the exactor. I like the 4-5 a lot. Inside with Corey Manning, finished fourth yesterday in 2-4-1. My Little Chloe should get a real good trip here coming out of post position 1. And I think he'll fit in the top 3, and I got him for third in my triactor bet. I like 4, 5, and 1 in race number 3. Good luck. We'll see everybody back in the finale in race number 4.
The horses are on the track for race number 3. Let's take a look at them and introduce you to everybody taking part in this 5-horse field for a purse of $6,200. Coming across in front of the grandstand, there's your number 1 horse, My Little Chloe, driven and trained by Corey Manning. As the camera swings back, there is, coming around the turn, horse number 2, Irish Jean, driven by Mark Filion and trained by Clayton Braybrook. The number 3 horse is Singa Savannah, driven by Tyler Grundy and trained by Jacqueline Grundy. The number 4 horse, Hurry Home, driven by Daryl Mason, trained by Sherry Mason. And coming into view now, that is the number 5 horse, that's Tammy Blue, driven and trained by Clayton Braybrook. The horses have been called to the post, so it's a good time for us to reintroduce you to everybody taking part in this, the third race this afternoon. As the horses head around the turn and go out to the backstretch, number 1 horse is My Little Chloe, driven by Corey Manning. The number 2 horse is Irish Jean, with driver Mark Filion. Number 3 is Senga Savannah, with Todd Grundy on the reins. Hurry Home is your number 4 horse, being driven by Daryl Mason. And Tammy Blue is the number 5 horse, with driver Clayton Braybrook. The horses are going to get themselves lined up, and we are but mere moments away from pacing. As the gate rolls around the turn, they're lined up 1 through 5. With the wind gusting up to 60K, they're at the post. Swing open that gate and watch those ponies accelerate. It is race number 3 on a windy Sunday afternoon here at Red River Exhibition Park at the Loop. As the horses get themselves settled in for this third race, taking the early lead, that is the number 4 horse, Hurry Home, with Daryl Mason on the reins. Daryl, a third-place finish earlier today, still looking for his first win on the afternoon, followed by Senga Savannah. And heading back, we've got My Little Chloe, and we've got a break there with Irish Jean, and being passed now, that is Tammy Blue heading in. We hit the first quarter at a time of 28-4, a decent first quarter, with Hurry Home still showing the way and taking off from the rest of the field, followed by Senga Savannah, who has a decent lead over the number 3 horse, My Little Chloe, and then it's Tammy Blue well back of that, and Senga Savannah after that. So we have got Hurry Home in the lead, followed by Senga Savannah, My Little Chloe, and Tammy Blue. But right now it is a 1-horse race. Hurry Home is doing just that and hurrying as we hit the halfway point in a time of 59-1. Hurry Home continues to show the way, a little closer for Senga Savannah and My Little Chloe as they fight it out for second and third. And after that, we go back to Tammy Blue and also Irish Jean. Hurry Home goes down the back stretch with a massive lead over the rest of the field. That is Hurry Home heading towards the 3/4 pole. And it's going to be on the 3/4 at a time of 1:29-4. We could possibly see a sub-2-minute time even on a windy day like this as they come around the final turn into the teeth of that wind. Does not seem to be bothering Hurry Home whatsoever. She is distancing the rest of the field. Hurry Home in a class all by herself in this race number 3 this afternoon. And she is just motoring. The 7-year-old, no quit whatsoever in her giddy-up as we come to the finish. It is going to be Hurry Home in race number 3 in a time of 2:01-2. Then the rest of the race is for second place. It is Tammy Blue, followed by My Little Chloe. But your winner at a time of 2:01-2 by a long, long distance is Hurry Home. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner in a time of 2:01 and 2. Hurry Home, driven by Daryl Mason and trained by Sherry Mason. That horse definitely lived up to its name. The 7-year-old bay mare by Mystition out of One Hot Majorette from Art Major, owned by Daryl Mason of Killarney, Manitoba. So your top-down order of finish on the program will read 3-5-4-1-2. That's 3-5-4-1-2. Congratulations again to Daryl Mason and Hurry Home. Hurry Home with the win pays $260, $210 to place and $210 to show. Tammy Blue paid $210 to place and $210 to show, and My Little Chloe paid $4 to show. Your $1 exactor wager, 4 and 5, paid $4.40, and the 20-cent triactor wager of 4, 5, and 1 paid 54 cents. That'll do it for race number 3, the fourth and final race of the afternoon, on the way shortly. As you look ahead to race number 4, ladies and gentlemen, let's fill in the lines for you from our action from yesterday so you can make your decisions accordingly. For horse number 1, Colonel Kelly, they ran yesterday. Colonel Kelly raced in a time of 2:03 and 2. That's 2:03 and 2. Flying Officer, the number 2 horse, finished second yesterday at a time of 2:01 and 4. 2:01 and 4. The number 3 horse, Appoggiatura, finished fourth yesterday in a time of 2:01 and 3. It's 2:01 and 3. The number 4 horse, Seek and Destroy, ran yesterday, finishing second in a time of 1:59 and 3. That's 1:59 and 3. And the number 5 horse, Litazor, also ran yesterday, finishing first in a time of 1:59 and 1. All right, so let's take a look ahead to race number 4 and see what yours truly and Mike Williams think might be going on. My first instinct for the final pace of the afternoon was to instantly go with the early favorite on this one, Litazor. I mean, we are talking one great horse, speed to burn, doesn't seem to matter where he starts in the field, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on and on. But you know what? Just like a little earlier today, this is a horse who has had only one driver holding the reins all season long. And if you think it doesn't make a difference, and let me tell you, I've heard from more than one person, it does. Don Howlett's been the driver all year. Don's not driving today. It'll be Mark Fillion on the bike. Now, don't get me wrong. Mark is a fantastic driver, but Mark brings a different touch to the reins, a different strategy, a different weight in the bike. If Litazor was starting second or third, hands down would be the absolute favorite in this one, and I would be taking him, but not starting on the outside. Nope. For my first place finish, I'm going instead with the number 2 horse, Flying Officer. I think Tyler Grundy takes Officer to the inside straight from the gate, parks him there, holds off all challengers, and goes wire to wire for the win in this race this afternoon. Litazor is going to make it exciting, come in for second, and for third, I'm going to go to the middle of the field and take Appoggiatura. So for this, the fourth and final race of the afternoon, let's make it 2-5-3. See if I'm right on this one. Good luck from the Loop. And for his thoughts on race number 3 and a look ahead to race 4, we'll throw it down to the professor, Mr. Mike Williams.
Wow, what a nice mile. Hurry Home. Back-to-back wins. Maybe next week we have enough mares in here. We're going to have a Fillies and Mares Open, and I think Hurry Home is going to be the favorite in that one. She's doing it effortlessly for what I'm seeing thus far. And a job well done by Daryl and Sherry Mason once again. Let's go right to the finale, race number 4. I'm going to go with Litazor, but I agree with you, Frank, that it's not going to be as easy as it has been. This is one of the top 2 horses up for Horse of the Year here in Manitoba, Litazor and Army Captain Hanover. Those 2 horses have been dominant so far this summer. But I'm going to take Litazor from the far outside to get the job done here in race number 4. But there is a horse in here I think that can do it. It could be Paula Mason for her third win of the day. That was Seek and Destroy. Finished second yesterday at a time of 59-3, not too far off the 59-1 that Litazor did. And like I say, this is the first time Mark's driven the horse, and you got the far outside, you got wind. There's a lot of variables in this race here. And if the Seek and Destroy can win this, we mean one thing. The Mason family took home all the money today as far as the win money goes. So I like Seek and Destroy definitely for second and possibly the win. I'd be reversing that exactor 5-4-4-5. Wide open for third. I'm going to go with a horse that finished fourth yesterday in 2-1-3 and best known for really coming off the pace late. Apocajatura, Daryl Mason aboard, trainer Clayton Braybook. So I think it's a good race, this 5-horse field. Even Colonel Kelly and Flying Officer both have raced pretty decent miles this summer. But I'm going to go with the 5, 4, and 3. We'll see everybody back here next Saturday, post time 1 o'clock. Good luck.
The horses are on the track for race number 4, our final race, unfortunately, for the afternoon here at a windy Sunday Loop. Let's introduce you to everybody that's taking part in this one. Your number 1 horse coming around the bend, heading in front of the grandstand. That's Colonel Kelly, driven and trained by Clayton Braybrook. Your number 2 horse is Flying Officer, or pardon me, this is the number 3 horse now coming into view. This is the number 3 horse, Appoggiatura, being driven by Daryl Mason and trained by Clayton Braybrook. Here comes the number 2 horse. Number 2 horse coming around the bend right now, heading towards the grandstand. Flying Officer, driven by Tyler Grundy, trained by Jacqueline Grundy. The number 4 horse right behind is Seek and Destroy. And Seek and Destroy is being driven and trained by Paula Mason. And the number 5 horse is Litazor. Litazor, driven by Mark Filion and trained by Matthew Howlett. The horses have been called to the post, so as they go around the turn, head towards the backstretch to get themselves all lined up. It's a good time for us to reintroduce you to everybody taking part in this, our fourth and final race of the afternoon for the biggest purse of the day as well. $8,000 up for grabs in this one. Your number one horse is Colonel Kelly, driven by Clayton Braybrook. Number two is Flying Officer with Tyler Grundy driving. Number three, Appoggiatura, driven by Daryl Mason. Number four is Seek and Destroy with Paula Mason on the reins. And number five is Litazor, being driven by Mark Filion. The horses are going to get themselves into position, and we are but mere moments away from pacing. As the gate comes rolling around the turn, the horses are lined up 1 through 5. They're at the post. Swing open that gate and watch those ponies accelerate. We are pacing, taking a very, very early lead. That's number three, Appoggiatura, as they head into turn one. Got the wind at their backs, a little bit of a wind assist before they head down the back stretch and get buffeted by the side. That's Appoggiatura still in the lead. But here comes Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy now overtaking as we go down the back stretch. So that is Appoggiatura in the lead, but now Seek and Destroy, followed by Appoggiatura. Then Flying Officer moving up and boxing in as we hit the quarter post at 29-1. Seek and Destroy still inside, but it's Appoggiatura inside with Flying Officer on the outside and moving to challenge for the lead, followed by Colonel Kelly and then Litazor watching everybody from the back. Seek and Destroy still in the lead as they buffet that wind and come around turn number two into the home stretch for the first time. Seek and Destroy being challenged very, very, very severely by Flying Officer as we hit the halfway post. You can throw a blanket over the top three. 59-1 is that halfway time. It is Seek and Destroy, Flying Officer, Appoggiatura, Colonel Kelly, and Litazor. The horses all bunched up as we go around into the backstretch for the final time. Seek and Destroy now takes the lead and starts to separate a bit from the field with Appoggiatura on the inside, Flying Officer on the outside, followed by Litazor and then Colonel Kelly. We're coming up to the three-quarter post at a time of 1:29 and setting up for what I think is going to be a fantastic finish. That is still Seek and Destroy in the lead. Seek and Destroy, followed by Appoggiatura and Flying Officer side by side. Litazor trying to make it three across as we come across that final turn and head towards home. Your leading horse is still Seek and Destroy, trying to hold off the rest of the field as they make their late charge. Seek and Destroy coming down, and it is being challenged by Appoggiatura. That is a close finish. It looks like Appoggiatura may have caught Seek and Destroy, but we're going to have to wait for the judge's decision to make it official. 2:01-3, your final time. Was it 3? Was it 4? We will have the decision for you in a couple of minutes from now. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner in a time of 2:01 and 3. Congratulations to Daryl Mason and Appoggiatura heading towards the winner's circle. Appoggiatura is trained by Clayton Braybrook. The 10-year-old Bay Gelding is by Blue Burner out of All's Dream from Gothic Dream and owned by Glenda Giles of Kindersley, Saskatchewan. That's Appoggiatura, your winner of the fourth and final race this afternoon at a time of 2:01 and 3. All right, folks, again, at a time of 2:01 and 3, the winning horse was Appoggiatura. Appoggiatura paid $42.40 to win, $15.60 to place, $2.10 to show. Seek and Destroy, the number 2 horse, paid $8.60 to place, $2.10 to show. Well, Litazor, the number 3 horse, paid $2.10 to show. The $1 exactor, 3-4 paid $42.10. 20-cent Triactor, 3-4 all, paid $15.77. And the $1 Daily Double, 4-3, paid $25.70. Well, you're a pick 4, a $1 pick 4. If you got them all right, 1, 4, 4, 3. 3 out of 4 paid $18.50. Hey, that does it for the Loop on this sunny, windy Sunday afternoon. We will be back next Saturday afternoon with a full race card starting at 1 o'clock. Hopefully it's not as windy as it is today, and the sun will be shining. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody. On behalf of the Professor Mike Williams, this is Frank Stecky saying so long, and have yourself a good week. Stay safe.